What's up, everybody? Welcome to another week of How To, brought to you by Afrodigital. This week, we're looking at return on investment matrix and why we need to move away from the vanity matrix and into the return on investment matrix. So we're going to dive right into it, looking at what vanity matrix is. Most of our reports as digital marketers are probably filled with vanity matrix. You're looking at likes, page views, social media followers, engagement rates, impression numbers, website traffic, and these are the reports you're giving to your stakeholders. However, these are literally just surface level measurements. They're impressive because they're big numbers and they could boost confidence. However, they are easy to manipulate and it can create a false sense of achievement. And it won't literally give you a bottom line of what exactly it is that you're doing and how that is actually impacting the bottom line of the business. So it's important to move away from the vanity matrix and start looking at the return on investment matrix. I'll look at why this matters. It allows you to make strategic decisions. It allows you to also be able to show the revenue connection between the link between marketing activity and actual financial outcomes. Actionable insights also provides for actionable insights because it reveals what's working and what isn't. And then it also boosts stakeholder confidence. Stakeholders wanted to know, okay, if we spend this amount of money on our digital marketing campaigns, what exactly did we get? And these metrics will actually be able to allow you to present your case on how much you're spending on your marketing budgets. So we're going to start with the first one, which is your conversion rate. This is your performance foundation, right? So conversion rate, it measures the percentage of visitors who complete a desired action, whether it's making a purchase, signing up for a newsletter, or downloading a resource. It's a critical indicator of campaign effectiveness. And how to calculate this is you're looking at the conversion, divide that by the total visitors, and then multiply it by 100. So as an example, if your page receives 5,000 visitors and then it generates 150 conversions, your conversion rate is then calculated at 3%. Okay, so this metric helps you to understand how well your marketing messaging and design are and the user experience, whether or not it's working together to drive actual action. The next matrix in the return on investment matrix is your customer acquisition cost. Again, this is how much it actually costs you to get a customer. The lower this is, obviously, the better you're doing. And basically it gets lower by either getting more customers from one campaign or spending less money on each campaign. So how you calculate this is you look at the total cost of acquiring customers, and here you're looking at your advertising spend, your team salaries, the softwares that you've used. If you're using any AI tools, paid AI tools, you have to include that in the full cost, the production cost. If you got a content creator, like an external content creator, if you got a photographer, all of that, you have to include it in part of the budget, right? And then what you do is that you then divide that amount with the total number of new customers. If you spend 20,000 and you only got 4 customers, that means your customer acquisition cost is quite high. Whilst if you spend another example is you spend $1,000 on your marketing last month, right? And then you acquired 200 new customers. It literally means your customer acquisition cost is at $5, which is basically what you'd want, especially in Zimbabwe or in Southern Africa. You want the lower your customer acquisition cost, the better. It means you're doing a great job. And these are some of the decisions that you need to be able to show your finance departments or decision makers to be able to get the support that you need with bigger campaigns. Customer lifetime value. This is a very long-term view, okay? So what you're looking at for the customer lifetime value is you're looking at your average purchase value, which is the amount that a customer actually spends per each transaction, right? Multiply that by the average purchase frequency, like how often does a customer actually buy from you, and then multiply that again by the average customer lifespan. So how long have you had that client for? Understanding your customer lifetime value helps you determine how much you can afford to spend on customer acquisition whilst maintaining profitability. When your CLV significantly exceeds your customer acquisition cost, you've found probably a really good sustainable growth strategy. Then return on your ad spend, measuring campaign efficiency. So your return on ad spend is the gold standard for evaluating advertising campaign performance. It actually tells you how much revenue you generated for every single dollar that you spend on advertising. So the formula for this would be the revenue from ad campaigns divided by the cost of the ad campaign. Okay, so what it means is it's normally looked at in terms of ratio. So 4:1 means you've earned $4 for every dollar that you spent on advertising. You know, and again, the lower this ratio, the better. Like you want it to be under 5:1, but it does vary by industry and business model. Okay, so tracking your return on ad spend, it's important to do at multiple levels. So at the campaign, when you set the ads, and with the individual adverts as well. It helps you to identify the best performers or top performers and reallocate budget accordingly. So try and compare your return on ads across all the different channels, and it helps you reveal where your advertising money actually works the hardest. Okay. Now, sales revenue and lead generation. Okay, so sales revenue attribution. This tracks the total sales generated directly from specific marketing efforts. And then lead generation performance. This is predominantly for business to business marketers. It's your lead generation is often the primary goal. Okay, so it's the count qualified leads generated from each and every campaign. So it's not just the total form submission, but it's distinguished between marketing qualified leads and sales qualified leads. And then this will help you understand the actual lead quality. Okay, so how you do this is you calculate the cost per lead alongside lead volume to ensure you're generating leads effectively. The best campaigns deliver both quantity and quality whilst maintaining reasonable acquisition costs. So this is a complete picture of the Vanity Matrix versus the return on investment matrix. Again, with Vanity, you're looking at likes, page views, social followers, impressions. While with return on investment, you're looking at things like conversion rate, the return on ads. So it's literally a matter of looking at how much you spent on something and why. It answers the question of how much you spent, why you spent, what we can do next. Okay, and using this framework will help you to audit your current reporting, like I'm saying, how much you're spending and why you're spending it. So it's super important to then replace your vanity matrix with your return on investment matrix. Yeah, thank you guys, and we'll see you again next week on another episode of How To.